You want to see something cool about this controller, the Turtle Beach Stealth Pivot? Check this out. So, you see like this, right? Rotate to raise the thumbsticks, twist, like so. That's cool, right? And twist it again. Make sure this is set to unlock, and then watch this. Perfect for fighting games. If you want to go back to shooters, like so, and just twist, and that's it. That is a game changer.
There's not a lot that I can say about this controller other than the fact that this is probably my favorite controller I've ever reviewed. And I'm not just saying that because Turtle Beach sent it to me. Yeah, they did send it to me like every other company sends me a product to review. So no, I'm not paid to review this for all the stupidities that are going to be in the comment section to say this. But this is one of my favorite controllers. This right here, the predecessor to this, and pretty much what this is the evolution of, the Stealth Ultra, was one of my favorite controllers too. But this one, man, I absolutely love this. It does have some shortcomings too, but the fact that you have Hall effect sticks in this, Hall effect triggers, back programmable, like the controller's name, you can literally pivot to a whole other layout, makes this my absolute favorite controller. This is my favorite for a number of reasons. Not only because it's phenomenal with shooters, but also because this is phenomenal with platformers and especially fighting games. You guys know fighting games are my forte. This is my ultimate fighting game controller. I'm actually going to put this right here above one of my absolute favorites, being the Victrix Pro BFG, because this right here just does exactly what I wanted to do. The only downside about this controller is it's not available on PlayStation 5 right now, or Switch, but I mean, you can always get a Brook gaming adapter and just connect it that way and use it on those platforms. But all that being said, let's go ahead and talk about this phenomenal controller. And if you want to pick this up, links will be down in the description down below, as well as the first pinned comment here on YouTube, and also pinned to the YouTube video. So that being said, let's go ahead and talk about why this is the best controller you're probably ever going to buy at this point in time. Let's talk about it. The Turtle Beach Stealth Pivot is a feature-packed wireless smart controller designed for versatility and performance. It connects to Xbox consoles via a wired connection, which is one of the knocks against this controller, which is where the Stealth Ultra has a big advantage over this controller. I kind of wish this would be something that they could fix down the road with maybe a firmware update, but probably not on this generation of the controller. So if you want wireless capability, if you're on Xbox, this is what you're going to have to work with. But if that's not really an issue, perfect for Xbox. Let's keep talking about it. You also have other wireless connectivity options available for PC users, being either able to use 2.4 gigahertz dongle that's included, or Bluetooth capability. It also supports Android devices and Steam input, making it truly a multifunctional device. The standout feature, well, it's in the name itself, and it's the fact that the joysticks can pivot, transforming the controller into a retro gamepad or a fighting pad, offering unparalleled customization. Now, let's talk about the build and the design. The Stealth Pivot builds upon the design philosophy of its predecessor, the Stealth Ultra, with subtle yet meaningful upgrades. Its compact yet sturdy frame includes texture grip grooves and a built-in display for on-the-fly configuration. The display allows users to switch between profiles, receive notifications, and when I say you can receive notifications, it's kind of similar to how you could with the Stealth Ultra, where you can connect it to your phone and you can get notifications for your social media as well as text messages and such. While that's a cool feature to have on this and this controller, truthfully speaking, I don't use it because I have a smartwatch. And another thing too, if you follow Wario64 on Twitter like I do, or X, then you're constantly going to get notifications. So I don't need that happening on these controllers because I get it enough here. But does that make sense? Hopefully. Yeah. All right, back to the review. Now, you can do a lot of adjusting of settings without the need for external software, although there is software that you can utilize that can allow you to do more. If you're curious as to what the software looks like, let me show it to you right here, and I'll continue to play this as I'm talking in the background. So, all right, now you get to see what it is, and we're gonna keep going with this review. Now let's talk about the feel of the controller. And yeah, all my uses with this controller has been absolutely phenomenal. I know there are going to be people that are going to complain about, oh, it feels plastic, or it's cold to the touch, or it's a chunky boy, and I'm just like, do you have tiny hands or something? You know, that smells like, it sounds like such a weird like complaint for me personally. I don't personally get that, but I mean, it feels like a premium controller. It doesn't feel cheap or plasticky, at least to me, you know. While it doesn't have the feel of the typical Xbox official controller, it still feels, I mean, if you like this, you're gonna like this, and this is heavier than this is, so I don't know, I mean, it works. And I need to get this out of the way because there's going to be someone that's going to ask this question of whether the Kontrol Freeks can actually work with the stealth pivot. And let me show you. You take your Kontrol Freek thing right there, you see right there on there, and boom, see, it works. You can attach it, and yeah, full rotation, everything like that. So if you're wondering, oh, if I buy it, can I use Kontrol Freeks? Yeah, you can. I just showed you how. So also, if you want to pick up any of the Kontrol Freeks, I have a whole bunch that I do recommend. I'll have links down in the description below, as well as my affiliate code with Kontrol Freeks. So if you want to pick them up, hey, help out the channel, no additional cost to you, and you get a little bit of a discount. So works out all the way around. Now I want to go over more of the core features and performances of this controller. So the thing it really stands out about the stealth pivot and where it excels is in its customization and adaptability. So like I said, it has a built-in display which easily adjusts profiles, you can view social notifications, and you can toggle connection modes on the fly. The interface is pretty intuitive, and though the pink RGB lighting may feel excessive to some, I don't personally find myself to be bothered by it. Now, the pivoting joysticks is the game changer here. The controller's most unique feature allows you to flip over the joysticks and transform from, you know, either using it from the offset Xbox standard layout to being able to use it for fighting games like a fighting pad, which is very similar to how it looks on the Victrix Pro BFG, which is also Victrix is owned by Turtle Beach. So if there's similarities to that controller, well, it's an evolution of the two different designs of the Stealth Ultra as well as the Victrix Pro BFG. So the pivot is kind of like the love child of those two controllers. It also has various trigger adjustments, so you can have variable press lengths at the toggle of the switch, which is ideal for quick inputs in rhythm games or shooters. Now, it does have audio options too. That's one of the things you can do with this if you connect it to the software, is you can utilize, especially if you plug in your headset directly into this, you can utilize the signature Turtle Beach sound as well as a couple of the sound profiles that are included with this controller, which is a typical of using a, you know, Xbox headset from Turtle Beach. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Now, when it comes to battery life, this offers you roughly around 8.5 or so hours on a single charge. But the cool thing about this is it charges very quickly. So you can literally plug this into your console, or if you've got, you know, USB-C cables laying around to charge to, you know, a wall outlet, you can probably get half a charge in about, let's say, half an hour or so, maybe 15 minutes, because it has quick charging capability. So at no point are you ever going to be like, damn, battery died, what am I going to do? No, battery is phenomenal in this. Although, if I'm being honest, it doesn't really hold a candle to the battery on this, but hey, pick your poison. Now, while the stealth pivot can function independently of external software, the accompanying Control Center 2 app is essential for updates, and unfortunately it can be a bit unwieldy if you're not really too familiar with like the weeds and thick of it, but it's not bad for what it is. I mean, I've found other controller software, third-party software, to be worse than the Control Center 2 app, But that's me. I'm used to utilizing this type of stuff, but I think for most people, they're not going to be used to it. It's not required to do anything other than, like, you know, if you want to set up custom different profiles or if you want to do firmware updates. So with that being said, just connect it to your computer and go from there. All right, future me here that's editing this video and realizing that I didn't include this in the review. But yeah, if you don't have a computer, a laptop or a desktop to be able to do an update for the controller, you can always just take your mobile phone and connect it via the Control Center app. It's probably blurry. I'll just throw like a screenshot up on the side, but you can use this app literally to do the same thing that you would with the whole app on the computer. So if you're wondering, because I know there's going to be somebody who's going to be like, oh, what if I don't have a computer? How can I update it? Hey, look, relax. I got you. Just use the app. Download the app. It's free. Ain't gonna charge you nothing. So yeah. Awkward pause here, but back to the review. All right, let's talk about the experience utilizing this controller with games. So the controller's pivoting capability, as I stated before, it's a game changer, especially for enthusiasts of 2D and fighting games like myself. The D-pad, when flipped, offers tactile 360-degree input that shines in titles like Tekken 8, Street Fighter 6, and King of Fighters 15. And when I say this is the best D-pad I've used on any fight pad or controller ever, I'm saying it's that good. And the way that I test D-pads on controllers is I like to fire up fighting games like KOF or any of the SNK fighters because they require precise input, especially when you're doing Rekka inputs, like if you're using Kyo Kusanagi, who's my personal favorite character, or if you're trying to do pretzel inputs for any other character. You really need something that's going to be incredibly precise, and this allows me to do that. And if you want to check out what this is like when I'm playing a fighting game, I'm going to show you a couple of examples here. And if you're curious as to what it's like with shooters, because this does have that, you know, anti-stick drift with the Hall effect sensors in it, I'm going to also show that to you. So relax, you're going to get some. All right, so we got to test this controller with KOF 15. It wouldn't be complete if I didn't do it.
Ready? Go! Not looking good for player 2.
All right, so we're testing this right now on Street Fighter 6, and let's go ahead and hop on in here, see how it is. Okay, you can see right here, we're using the Vitrix, well, not Vitrix, Turtle Beach Pivot, same company, Vitrix, Turtle Beach, yep, they're all under, Vitrix is under Turtle Beach, but let's do it. Now don't expect, you know, some A-list level. Never mind.
Dropped one. Enemy marksman's gone. That's 5.
Ooh, wee, baby!
That's how Black
There
Ops
we go, baby. Best play from me! Ooh, that was too sweet, baby. That was too sweet.
Bad guy down.
Winner circle number 1. Shout out to Turtle Beach's stealth pivot. This controller is the GOAT. My highly #1 recommended controller for PC and for Xbox. This is the one. This is the one. And like I said, the joysticks utilize Hall sensor technology, ensuring precision and durability with anti-drift capabilities prominently etched and advertised on the controller near the analog sticks. That said, the pivoting mechanism isn't flawless, as misalignment during the flip can lead to difficulties in securing the sticks back in place. Additionally, while the down rotated stick position does feel natural, I kind of wish that there would be a capability for you to like change out different thumbsticks on this, like if you want, you know, a higher dome or if you want a concave or anything like that. But I guess, you know, when you come down to situations like that, that's why you want to get something like Control Freaks or Hereafter. But other than that, I mean, I don't really find any major flaws with this or really any downsides, although I will come back to another downside in a bit. So let me run over the pros and cons of this controller, and then I'll get you that one major con for this controller. All right, so looking at the pros and the cons, right? When it comes to the pros of this controller, it's got an innovative pivoting joystick design, strong wireless connectivity, durable build with customizable features, excellent performance across multiple gaming genres. And when it comes to the cons, the software can be a bit clunky, especially with the notification setup. Occasional issues with pivot alignment when you're trying to pivot it over, that can be something, although that's probably going to be more user error than anything else. It's really not a design issue or design flaw of the controller, it's user error, but that's going to be something you're going to hear people complain about. And also the fact that, and this is probably the biggest sticking point, is it's a wired only connection for Xbox consoles. That to me is already, that's a big sticking point. It's not the biggest con that I have for it, but I think for a lot of people who are considering picking this up, especially for Xbox, like say you're sitting in your living room and you want to use a controller wirelessly, this is not going to be the controller for you for Xbox. I don't know why they could not have just baked in like a wireless capability to Xbox like they did it with this one, the Stealth Ultra. Why couldn't you do it with this one? It's just weird. I don't know why they didn't do it. And if you want wireless capability for Xbox, pick up the Stealth Ultra and I guess wait on the Stealth Pivot. But for mobile and PC, this works perfectly fine with wireless capability. But the big con above not having wireless capability on the Xbox is the fact that this controller is not available for PlayStation. Or Switch. I mean, although majority of Switch owners are not caring for Pro controllers. There are a bunch of Pro controllers for Switch, but you know, the Switch is more of a casual audience than anything else. But yeah, I wish that this was available for the PlayStation. I mean, there is a capability of using a Brook gaming adapter to be able to use this on PlayStation, which is cool. But I am waiting for there to be a PlayStation official version of this because, man, what I love it. I mean, they did it with the Visuix Pro BFG. You know, that's available on PlayStation. Make this available. The Stealth Pivot, make that available on PlayStation. And I guarantee you, it'll be the definitive controller for majority of users. Maybe not people who like the PlayStation, you know, analog stick layout. But if you like offset sticks, you can't go wrong with this. So yeah, Turtle Beach, please make this available for PlayStation. I really would like that to happen, you know. All right, and wrapping everything up, at the price point that the Stealth Pivot is coming in, it competes well against premium controllers like the Xbox Elite 2, as well as other controllers, even from Turtle Beach, such as the Stealth Ultra, and also ones from Scuff and other third-party manufacturers. All that being said, it offers a unique blend of adaptability and convenience that just make it a standout choice. And honestly, if you don't care about wireless connectivity on Xbox, I'm hard pressed to find a controller that does anything beyond or even goes above and beyond or even excels beyond this controller. This controller, the stealth pivot, is that damn good. I highly recommend this controller. This is my favorite controller of every controller that I've tested thus far. And yeah, we just need to get this on PlayStation at some point. All that being said, though, that's the review for the Turtle Beach Stealth Pivot. Again, thank you to Turtle Beach for sending this over to me. If you want to pick this up, links will be in the description below, as well as the first pinned comment on YouTube. And also, if I can pin it to the YouTube video itself, I'll do that too. Other than that, I hope you guys have a blessed and aloha rest of your day. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Stay safe, be blessed, and yeah, I'll see you around. Peace out, and a hui ho.